And we back! Buckle your seatbelts, you're getting ready for an Ultimate Classic. Today we're adding one random NBA legend to every NBA team. Now we've done a video like this pretty much in every single 2K, but what I would normally do is add the player with the highest overall. Add the player that fits the best. So Allen Iverson always ended up back on the 76ers and it was a blast. But in today's video, it ain't that simple. Eventually we'll get there. Okay, so when you take a look at all of the all-time teams, there are a lot of legends. Obviously, every single organization has had legends to one way or another. Sometimes our criteria of what a legend is different, but every single team has had players come in to be what they see as legendary players. What I'm going to do in today's video is assign one random legend to the team that they're corresponding with based on this random number generator. As you can see, there's about 15 players to all of these NBA teams, the all-time teams, and we're going to click it. And whatever number player we get, that is a player we're adding to the team, we're going to see what the best possible team you can create. More than likely, it's going to be the Lakers. Just being honest. It's probably going to be the Lakers. But let's start off with our 76ers. They are getting their best player. Look at that. Allen Iverson is staying in Philly. And guess what, Charles Bassey? You're going to be an all-time legend in Philly. Look at that level. You can go back to the Philly team. It's going to be Julius Erving, the Malone. I always say the Malone because I don't remember which Malone was on each organization. Moses Malone. You got Billy Cunningham, Wilt Chamberlain, and Charles Bassey. I see that as an absolute win. Now you're asking me, Kenny, what happens in the hypothetical situation where you land on Ben Simmons or you land on Joel Embiid, who are already in the league? Will we add them to? We'll just have two Joel Embiids in that world. All right, so now we get to the Bucks. The Bucks, of course, have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Big O, another Giannis, two Giannis's, and this Giannis is a small forward/shooting guard. That will be a scary sight. Which one are we getting though? We are getting the 8th player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Michael Redd. Michael Redd, bro. Y'all don't even know, man. Michael Redd was an absolute bucket in his day. And what does he do for this team? Well, he's starting at the shooting guard. I mean, that was one of their biggest holes. Dante DiVincenzo was starting, and now they got Michael Redd. Another situation where it was a W. Like the Allen Iverson thing is a W too. You know what I'm saying? You're going to run Ben Simmons at the 3, I would guess. You run Allen Iverson at the 1, and you good. Allen Iverson and Steph Curry in the backcourt, maybe not the best. Maybe you run Allen Iverson at the 2 because, like, honestly, he was more of an off guard than on guard, but it don't really matter. They'll work it out. The Chicago Bulls. You know how many legendary players we have in Bulls history. Please give us one. The Bulls are getting player 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. This some kind of sick joke. Some type of sick joke where we add Zach LaVine to Zach LaVine's team. Oh, what are they going to do? I don't even know. How do you even run this team? Zach LaVine runs the 3, but Zach LaVine runs this Zach LaVine can run point guard. This Zach LaVine has progressed. He put on like 20 pounds of muscle, as you can see, in just 1 year. This is 25-year-old Zach at 181 pounds and 26-year-old Zach at 200 pounds. They'll figure it out. Next to Cavs. You know which one the Cavs fans want. I understand. They're going to get, who are they going to get? Spin it. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 in a row where you get the actual same player. The chances of that are definitely low. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a scientist, a statistician. But I know the chances of ending up with your same Kevin Love. This Kevin Love in real life ain't that guy no more. So at least you get prime Kevin Love or close to prime Kevin Love. But ain't the greatest. The Celtics are going to get somebody great regardless. So much history in Boston. The Celtics are getting 15. That's the literal last person. And their last person is Ray Allen. Ray Allen is like one of the best players for other franchises. So like, even though it is the worst, it's not even bad. You know what I'm saying? It's still Ray Allen. Ray Allen, one of the greatest shooters of all time, is on the team. He only got 20 badges. What are these 20 badges? Because I guess he's older in his career. Yeah, all the shooting badges. He got clamps. He's got menace and pick dodger. Tough. Next team is the Clippers. Now, the Clippers are one of those teams that don't have a ton of history. So this should be very interesting. I don't even know who would be on an all-time Clippers team. So let's figure out what the Clippers got. They got Kawhi, Bob McAdoo, which would probably be the best thing, or Chris Paul. Oh, Chris Paul would be the best. They're getting Bob McAdoo. All right, so they get a center. Well, that's one thing that they definitely needed. They definitely needed a center. Bob McAdoo go to the Clips in exchange for Brandon Boston. There you go. And now they have an elite level center. Again, you could have made an argument for Chris Paul being the best option there, but like 94 overall Bob McAdoo might dominate. He's only 6'9" though, but I don't think that really matters. The Grizzlies. Now the Grizzlies just traded for Marc Gasol again, but allowed him to, you know, do what he has to do and go back home and chill. Maybe he comes back. Maybe the Grizzlies get him again. They got Marc Gasol. They got Zebo. They don't have Powell. Is Powell not in the game anymore? They get the 15th player, which is terrible. That's Greg Anthony. That's terrible. I'm sorry, Memphis. But I did not notice that Powell was not in this game. 2K22. No Powell Gasol. All right, Atlanta Hawks next. Hawks got a really top-heavy team. I mean, their worst would be Tree Rollins. At one point, Tree Rollins was the lowest overall player in all of 2Ks. That was like, because he played until he was basically 80 years old. But here, at 25 years old, he's the worst player on the team, but still really good. So who does Atlanta get? They get number 1, Dominique Wilkins. I took a picture and with the statue that they built of him in Atlanta. He comes to Atlanta and immediately becomes the best overall player. He becomes a starting small forward. DeAndre Hunter, you got to kick it. You got to go to the bench unit. Trae Young and Dominique Wilkins together is insane. Now, Dominique Wilkins don't have a crazy amount of defense, but hey, the lobs between Clint Capella, John Collins, and Dominique Wilkins, Trae Young, but an average 13 assists a game, easily. Next, we have the Heat. Ooh, the Heat made a lot of changes this offseason. They're going to be adding another legend. And I say another because they already added one this offseason, and his name is Kyle Lowry. You know what I'm saying? They're getting 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chris Bosh comes back, which is, what a great story. Hall of Famer Chris Bosh is back in Miami. I ain't even have to trade nobody to get him now. You know what I'm saying? The next team is the Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo. Now, this is another team with not a crazy amount of history behind them, but they got some good players here. They got Muggsy Bogues. I'm wearing a Muggsy Bogues shirt. That's who we rooted for. We need Muggsy Bogues back in the league. Come on. 2. All right, they got Kemba back in the city. But I would love to see Muggsy Bogues. That would have been fun. But instead, we get Kemba, which, again, really solid, too. But you already got LaMelo. I guess LaMelo moves over to... How would they do this lineup? Let's see. No, LaMelo is not... Stop it. LaMelo is not coming off the bench. Quick. Matter of fact, let me look at all of these lineups. Oh, my God. The Heat team is scary. That Heat team is definitely scary. All right, now we have the Utah Jazz. Also a team with some of the greatest players of all time. And some of them we don't speak the name of, but they definitely got some players out there that can hoop. They got Pete Maravich, too. So... they have a lot of players here that you would like. Number 6 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. AK-47 is coming back to the city of Utah. And at the power forward position, they could actually use AK-47. That's really great. They could use AK. He immediately comes in, and he's the best player on the team overall wise. I don't expect him to average a lot of points, but if he don't have a ton of defensive badges, yes. Oh my God. I get geeky about seeing players from when I was younger in the game, right? I remember watching AK-47 hoop, bro. So seeing him back is gonna be fun. Next, we have the Kings. They got Big O, they got Jerry Lucas, they got Nate Archibald, but they're gonna end up with Nate Archibald, 6'1" point guard. Not the greatest to have, considering all the point guards or all the guards in general you have in on this team. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Nate Archibald comes in and he's the best player. And they trying to bring De'Aaron off the bench. I don't think I could do that that's how we rock it. I don't know if it's the smartest way, but the Knicks are next. A lot of 90s on the Knicks. Who we get? Can we get Melo? That would be dope. We got number 4, which is Richie Guillen. You know what? I've never known. I was looking at pictures of Pascal Siakam for my thumbnail. I've never learned how to spell or how to pronounce Richie's name, so I'm gonna do it now. Richie Guerin. All right, I got it. No big deal. I got that. You know what I'm saying? I got it. Guerin. I mean, it looks about right. Guerin. All right, so he's coming to the team, and we're getting rid of Miles McBride. A lot of the rookies are getting rid of, but hey, they kind of needed somebody else that could come out and score, and now they got that. Next team, Oh, this is the one we've been dreading. I low-key don't even want to get a Lakers one. I feel like y'all got something here already. That would be petty. Imagine we gave it to every single team and not the Lakers. You know how many Lakers fans would be in the comment section super mad at me? I don't want that. It's too many of y'all. I can't compete. But look. I don't even want to. You know what the list looks like. Number 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, just our 11th best player in our history is Wilt Chamberlain. You know, the guy that averaged 50 for an entire season. That's insane. And you know what makes it even more insane? Anthony Davis going to run the 4, and now they just got an elite level center. So that's fun. Actually, they got Anthony Davis overall higher than Wilt, but that's because Wilt did a lot of his damage before he even got to LA. Next, we got the Orlando Magic. Give them 1, 2, 3, or 4. Or 1 through 3 or 4, please. They got 3. Dwight Howard. Now, their best player on the Orlando Magic right now is Wendell Carter. So maybe it's not the best to have another center here, but like, who cares? Wendell Carter, we get into Dwight Howard. You think we care about Wendell Carter at the moment? Nah, Wendell, you could be the best 6 man in the league or not the best 6 man in the league, but you could be a 6 man for us. Mavericks, there's only one answer. Luka's already the 2nd best player in their franchise history. Do you hear that? Luka is already their 2nd best player in their franchise's history. He is 20 years old here. That's insane, bro. Well, they need the number 1. I don't want to accept anything other than 1. They got 11. Terrible. I mean, it ended up being Jason Terry. Jason Terry's a hooper, bro. I know people remember him for some unfortunate stuff. Jason Terry is actually was really, really good in his prime. Obviously, was a big part of the championship team, so him coming in would be cool. He's short, but he can run shooting guard for sure. I've seen that man play off guard a lot in his career. It's a team that's also really, really good. They got some low-key decent players in Brooklyn Nets or New Jersey Nets history. Like, look at this. Julius Erving, Jason Kidd, KD, James Harden. Come on, bro. And they end up with number 1, Julius Erving. I think now the Lakers team is ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. But I do believe that the Nets are putting together a team that can compete. Because Kevin Durant is a 4. So now Julius Erving is about to come in and start. Julius Erving, James Harden, Kyrie, and KD? That's insane. Hey, I better stop playing. Now the Nuggets have like Melo. They have Alex English. They got some players that can help them. They definitely got some players that can help them. The Nuggets end up with 10. 1, 2, 3. They got a lot of 90s. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maharo Abdul Rauf. That guy was an absolute bucket. Like, there's videos on YouTube that I would recommend everybody to watch. I always have trouble pronouncing his name because of letters and stuff. But a lot of people say he was the Steph Curry before Steph Curry with the amount of range on his shot, his three-point shooting ability. And you can see he's got a ton of shooting badges. He was slightly before my time as an NBA fan, but I'm aware of what he could do. And you can see his three-point rating was ridiculous. Ended up out of the league probably earlier than he should for reasons. He's definitely a name. If you don't know his name and you want to know a story, I'm pretty sure there's a documentary about him. Definitely worth going into because the story is really good and his play on court was really good. Next, we have the Pacers, who have Mel Daniels, who I don't know anything about Mel Daniels. He was drafted in 67, so excuse me for not knowing about him. But you got like Prime Paul George, Jermaine O'Neal. Do they have Ron Artest is not in the game? Interesting. Ron Artest is not in the game. But they get Paul George back. Oh, Pacer fans. Hey, this version of Paul George is what made me a fan. I was actually just yesterday watching highlights of the series between him and the Heatles and how amazing he was. And boy, that was the moment I was like, yeah, Paul George is that dude. Maybe I was slightly late to the party, but listen, Paul George was on a different playing field in that series. Now we get to the Pelicans. The Pelicans are going to end up with 9, which is bringing Boogie back. Man, I hate the way Boogie's time with the Pelicans ended, you know, with the injury, and it was bad. But now he gets a fresh start here, and he's going to start at center over Valanciunas. Is this weird? You ever just sit back and watch your own videos on 2x speed? All right, so here we go. Now we got the Detroit Pistons, who have the number 7. Detroit got a lot of history here. He's a lot of really good players. And they're getting Ben Wallace out of all of these players here. And Detroit Piston history, Ben Wallace is probably my favorite. Now, I don't know if I doubt that all Bulls fans feel that way because he ended up here after Detroit and just wasn't very great. I still like them. And you remember when he got to Chicago, I was a shorty. He was just this big, small center with an afro and a hairband. Sign me up. Next, we got the Raptors, who are getting VC. The man couldn't even enjoy retirement. I brought that boy right back out of it. And he is going back to where it started. I think the bad blood between the Raptors fans and Vince Carter are probably over with, especially if he can help them win this season. You know what I'm saying? I understand why it ended. I understand why the marriage ended or why fans booed him for 20 years. I understand it. The Toronto Raptors. Nope, we already did the Raptors. The Houston Rockets get 11. That's kind of rough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is Rudy Tomjanovich. I don't know if he still works in the NBA, but for a minute he was in the NBA and he was the one that was handing out suspensions and disciplinary inactions to NBA players. But I don't know if he still does that. And he is going back to Houston. When I was looking at that, I was wondering to myself, did James Harden do enough to become the best player in Houston Rockets history? I think he left just a little bit too early. He never got them that ring. And some of the people above him got a ring. Speaking of rings, let's talk about the almighty Spurs, because they got a ton of them in their history, or at least in the last 25 years. A really good top-heavy team. They get number 12. That's not good for them. Their 12 is LaMarcus Aldridge. LMA coming back to the team. And that's actually really funny. Because they're a young team right now. And now they just brought in a guy that's like, give me post touches, please. Give me post touches, please. And it's over. The Suns. Oh, the Suns can add to their team. Now, I haven't seen the Suns be amazing in NBA 2K22 just yet. But maybe this addition of Steve. No, they don't need Steve Nash. They got Chris Paul. But Amari Stoudemire, is he in the game? I don't even know if Amari. He is. Okay. So let's see what number they get. Number 10. And Devin Booker's coming back to the city. He's just such a Valley boy that he needed to be there twice. OKC. I ain't even got to talk about OKC. They get the worst. Oh, that's an L. Even in a video like this, Sam Presti out here tanking. That's crazy. That's crazy, Mr. Presti. You could have had KD back. But nah, that would have won too many games. I understand. Next team we have is the Minnesota Timberwolves. KG. Add KG to this team. They're a playoff team. I said it. Add KG to that team. They're a playoff team. And they're getting number 11. So it's not KG. Instead, it's Ricky Rubio. Oh, it's great. But this is like a crazy good version of Ricky Rubio. 85 overall, Ricky Rubio? Was I asleep on Rubio's career? Was Rubio ever 85 in any 2K? Be honest with me. I don't think he ever was. Actually, I'm going to look it up. The highest overall Ricky Rubio has ever been in 2K was a 79. So I don't know where they got this whole 85 overall Ricky Rubio thing from. Anyway, you got the Portland Trailblazers next, right? Yep. And they are getting player number 15. Tough. It's Kevin Duckworth. So it's an upgrade at their center position, which is something they needed. But there are some centers above them, like Arvydas Sabonis, that would have been better. But I guess you stuck with Mr. Duckworth. So we only got 2 more. The Warriors get to add another player. I'm hoping for their sake it's a big, Will Chamberlain type beat or something. Because they could definitely use a good big. You know they got guard play. They got Draymond Green too. And they're going to add, let's see. Number 8. And it's going to be Tim Hardaway Sr. Tim Hardaway Sr. You know what I'm saying? Get another bucket on the team, I guess. I don't know how they starting that. I would start this. Is Steph running the... Tim Hardaway coming off the bench? All right, listen, I ain't even going to mess with that one. And lastly, we have the Washington Wizards. And they need a reason to get Bradley Beal to stay. And Gilbert Arenas could possibly be that reason. Wes Unseld could possibly be that reason. Who else is here? Oh, Elvin Hayes. Who you got? Number 6. It's going to be Earl the Pearl Monroe as the last player to be added to a team. And just like that, every single NBA organization has one of their former legends on the team. Which was probably the biggest addition? AI. Yeah, it's probably Allen Iverson, low-key. You like Kenny, bro. Why you got so many save files of the Sacramento Kings? It's because there's a Sacramento Kings series on one of my other channels. You should go check it out. That's how you do a plug. That's how you plug a series. Link is always in the description. You know I gotta always take over the 7. You know what? Forget that. I'm taking over the Bulls, but I'm not controlling the Bulls. But I want to watch how the Bulls go. Who do we end up getting? Well, we got... It's actually not... Actually, I take that back. This is not a fun team to watch. What would be... You know what? I'm watching the Lakers. That might be the most fun team to watch because they are just ridiculously stacked at this point. Like, it's not even remotely fair how good of a team they are. So I'm watching them because that's where all the fun is, honestly. Look at this. Look at this. you can Ken Bazemore starting at the shooting guard position? Yuck. Ew. Okay. First game is a win where Will Chamberlain just kind of existed, you know. Scored the 5th most on the entire team. Tim Hardaway played pretty solid. Let's go to the end of the first month and just no, you know what? No, that's too early. Let's go the beginning of December. Let's lock in. Let's see who's doing what. The Lakers are the 2 seed behind the Clippers. Ooh. A little LA rivalry, you say, huh? An addition of a good center and a 25-12 guy shooting 70% from the field. Who is Mitchell Robinson? I ain't never heard of him because Bob McAdoo putting up Mitchell Robinson type field goal percentage, but also averaging 25 per. The Lakers again really good. What is Wilt averaging? Wilt is washed, huh? 14? Bro, you could have got 14 points per game from Dwight Howard. Almost. Look at that. The production of Wilt Chamberlain off, you know, the counting stats, it's about the same. That's crazy. I forget who Utah even added. AK-47, defensive monster. This team is probably giving up no points. Points played against, they're second. I'm telling you, bro. AK-47 was a completely different beast. Y'all youngins, I'm saying youngins, it ain't even been that long. It ain't even, no, prime version of him. Look at this. Yeah, y'all don't, man. And in this game, he's averaging 15, 11, 4, 2 steals and a block and a half. That's amazing. Dallas. I already forgot who got added who. Oh, Jason Terry's averaging 28. 50, 50, 90 club. Who is he? He's close to Tony Snell. Who's better? Jason Terry, Tony Snell is close. I might have to give it to Tony Snell because Tony Snell shot 100% from the free throw line and not just 90. Kevin Duckworth has come in and helped the Blazers. Okay. Who has not benefited? The Spurs. Yeah, I kind of, you heard me make jokes about this. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. The Denver Nuggets not benefiting from, who did they add? 19. He's shooting 40% from 3, 50, 40, 90 club, but I can see that. OKC was already bad, and then they got the worst player, which was only averaging 15 and 9. So, you know, the Warriors. Oh, yeah, because Tim Hardaway's coming off the bench. Let's see the Eastern Conference. The Bucks are only 3 losses. Look at Michael Redd, 23, 3-3. Okay, Michael Redd. At the bottom of the conference, we have the Cavaliers because double Kevin Love has not worked out. Good Kevin Love is only averaging 18 and 11. What is bad? We didn't even see what's bad Kevin Love averaging. Bad Kevin Love is averaging 9. So, and he's shooting 30% for the field. Wait, who did we add here? Yo, Paul George? 93 Paul George is not good enough to help the Pacers be good. And 2K never gives respect to the Pacers, bro, no matter the situation. The Atlanta Hawks are on a 10-game win streak. Dominique Wilkins, great. Okay, so what I want to do next is go into the break, AllStar Break. I want to see what players make the All-Star game and what players don't. How many legends make it over current players. It is time for the All-Star Break. And we got the draft. Julius Erving is a captain and LeBron is a captain. So LeBron's still dominating no matter who's in the league and who's not. And who will make it and who won't. Allen Iverson, James Harden, Giannis, and Bob McAdoo is one team. Julius Erving, Steph Curry, Vince Carter, forgot Vince Carter was even here. Damian Lillard and Nikola Jokic are another. We got Dwight, Anthony Davis, Nate Archibald. I forgot there's 2 Dwights right now. Nate Archibald, first All-Star appearance, I guess. Luka, Cat, Richie Guerin. I think I pronounced it wrong again, even though I looked it up and I completely forgot. AK-47, Dominique, Russell Westbrook, current Russell Westbrook, Earl Monroe, Earl the Pearl, KD, Kawhi, Kyrie, and Joel. That's a good crop of all-stars for sure. Great crop of all-stars. Last thing I'm going to do before we go to the end of the season is I want to see if there were any transactions. I don't know. Oh, there were. There were a ton of transactions. So, okay, how many trades that mattered? Draymond got traded for Buddy Hield. I don't know why you do that. Clint Capella for Malcolm Brogdon. Okay. But no, Klay Thompson got okay, what does the Warriors look like then? The Warriors didn't trade it majority of their core. So let's see. What does their lineup look like now? Point guard, you still got these 2. Shooting guard, you got Terry Rozier. So I'm guessing you're starting Tim Hardaway. Gordon Hayward, Otto Porter, And James Wiseman? What is your seed? What seed are you? You're not in the play. Okay. All right, Bob Myers. Isn't it Bob Myers over there calling the shots? Bugging. LeBron is the MVP. You know, we just added Will Chamberlain to the team, and I'm still going to average 25, 8, and 12. 12? That's a career high, right, Bron? Yeah, that's definitely a career high. 12? Kay Cunningham's still great. They added Ben Wallace, who's not going to take shots. So, there you go. Ben Simmons won 6th Man of the Year because Allen Iverson is the point guard. Giannis Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved to Wendell Carter. Even coming off the bench behind Dwight Howard, Wendell Carter could still be Most Improved. Tyronn Lue wins Coach of the Year. And then that's the same guy. And all NBA teams. All current players. Once you look at that, the current crap in the NBA is the best crap in the NBA ever. Second team. Okay, we have our first legend, Julius Erving. He's deserved Most Improved Player. He averaged 1.9 or 1.7 last year. Give it to him. I don't know how, actually, I'm legitimately asking, how did he not win that? Because of the gap? Maybe because of the gap. Then we got Allen Iverson on the third team with Vince Carter. And only 3 legends make the All-NBA team. Interesting. Defensively, though, we got 2 on the first team for defense. And on the second team, we got other Paul George and Dwight Howard. So, a lot of the players that came back were elite defensively, but maybe not so much when it comes to All-NBA appearances. Let's take a look and see who made it and who didn't. Now, we saw the Clippers were really good. We know the Lakers were good. They got the MVP. AK-47, he was all-defensive team, so you knew he was going to be solid. Dallas and Jason Terry. How is Jason Terry not an all-star averaging 26-6 with 50, 47, 90? My bad. The White Sox are playing, and it's the bottom of the ninth. Runners on the corner and 2 outs. So this next at-bat is extremely important. So excuse my pauses. All right. Portland Mason with Kevin Duckworth. I forget who is here. Oh, Boogie, but he's coming off the bench. I mean, those are good numbers for Boogie off the bench. You'll take that. Houston ended up with Rudy. Yeah, I didn't know what really to expect for Rudy. He spent his whole career here. It's something I didn't know. But he came in and averaged 13 and 6. Cool. And then we got 20 points per game for Abdul Rauf. And the Suns and the Kings make a plan. Won't you look at that? Nate Archibald. Very good numbers. You know, De'Aaron Fox going to the bench. No big deal. No big deal. Oh, Devin Booker 2. This is real Devin Booker. Devin Booker starting is the younger Devin Booker. Wait, am I bugging? Or they're the same age. 7 years pro. Oh, brother, it's a headache. It's a headache. Versus 8 years pro. Okay, so the younger Devin Booker is better than the new Devin Booker. Very interesting. Worst team was OKC, Memphis, Timberwolves, Warriors. Out east, though, we got the C's. Like I said, no matter who the C's added, it was going to be legendary. And they got Ray Allen, one of the greatest shooters of all time. He shot 46% from 3. That's insane. The Brooklyn Nets already had a brick, and now they add Julius Erving. The Atlanta Hawks, Dominique Wilkins came in. White Sox lose, by the way, if you were wondering how that game was ending. White Sox lose. Don't matter. We're a playoff team. It don't matter. Anyway, Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson being here 27 and 7.5. Stop playing with my boy AI. He was really out here diming people up. And he had Ben Simmons come off the bench. So you know he's the greatest. We also had, Richie. He averaged 22. And then the worst team out here were the Cavaliers with the Kevin Loves. And then I even forget who's here. Oh, yeah, Kemba was back. Right, Kemba was back. Orlando had Dwight. All right, so let's see. Play in, see how this goes. Phoenix makes it. Denver makes it. Toronto makes it. And the Bulls make it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. What team will come out on top? We got a 1-5-3. Oh, no upsets. I mean, technically 4-5 is an upset, but not really. That's kind of lame. Where my lower seeds at? So we got the Battle of LAs. And then we got a rematch between Trae Young and Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. This is history right here. This is history. Which team is gonna come out on top in the LA Cross series? 3-3. Nope. It's Clippers versus 76ers. Paul George, Kawhi, and Bob McAdoo versus AI, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid. Game 2. We got a close one, ladies and gentlemen. 2-2. 3-2. 3. Oh, I got to take control of the team. You know we got a simcast of Game 7. Yes, sir. This is exactly what we needed it to be. Simcast it. Please be close. Please be close. I need to walk in here. I need to jump in. I mean, it's close. It's... Come on, go on a run. Go on a run. Please go on a run. Yes. Oh, my God. It's 40 seconds to go. Let's go. We jumping into this one. We jumping into this one. Let's go. 2-point game with 40 left. Let's see. So, the Clippers do have the ball. But I don't want to be controlling anybody. Stop this. Let's not do this right now. Choose sides. Give me that middle. And give me the good camera. Does anybody ever watch on that camera? Why did I always do that? Paul George said, forget the circumstances. Forget the situation. I'm going to take a shot. Where's Allen Iverson? Where's Allen Iverson? Don't tell me he fouled out of a game 7. We came all the way this way to watch you and you foul out. All right. Well, Austin Rivers, showtime. I guess. You foul out. Bob McAdoo versus Joel Embiid. They digging on Joel. Double team. Don't have to pass it. Tie the game up with 22 seconds left. All right. Will they hold for the last shot, or will Paul George be on some nut stuff like he was on the last possession? Because the reason this game was tied is because Paul George took a bad shot. Let's be honest. There was so much time left in the game on the shot clock that he decided to just pull up. Here go Mr. Jolly Ranchers. He turned it over. Mr. Jolly Rancher Sneakers turned it over. And now we got Shake Milton with the ball with 7 seconds to go. What are you going to do, Shake? Is this Shake Milton's time to shine? Just forget that Joel Embiid exists, huh? Is you serious? Everybody can't be the superstar, Shake. Come on, Shake. What is Shake Milton's real name? Because when you start to play bad, you don't deserve to have a nick. Let's see what Shake Milton's real. You don't deserve to have a nickname if you're playing bad. You know? What? Imagine if we call Allen Iverson the answer after missing 12 straight shots. No, you're Allen. Your name is Allen. So Shake Milton's real name is Malik. Malik Benjamin. Hey, low-key, Malik Benjamin is a cool name. That's not even an insult to be like Malik Benjamin. But his name is Malik Benjamin. So that's what he getting called for the foreseeable future. It looks like they came out really hot. And they're up by 11 points in overtime. That's a wrap. The 76ers win it without Allen Iverson, Toby, Joel, and Ben. Oh, and Andre Drummond all step up heavily. What? Shake, you didn't even score in the game and you decided that you were the one to take the last shot? Allen Iverson did win MVP, by the way. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave it a like, man. It's always a blast to put out content for y'all. I'm dropping videos on all my other channels as well. So if those seem interesting to you, links are always in the description. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.